Have you ever met anyone who's had healing from heaven, and it's real, not just in the minds, but it's actually impacted the body, brought real results, and changed their world? Have you ever met anyone who's had an encounter with the love of heaven and it has completely revolutionized their lives? Well, my guest today is Becky, and she can share with you, without adding any extras to it, the truth of what's happened in her life. Now, Becky, we're going to talk a little bit about how we met later, but first I want to ask you, what happened that time we met for a spiritual reading? You came in my living room, and I had a word from Jesus, and the word was, tell her that I'm going to heal her body so that she will see that I, meaning Jesus, is trustworthy with your heart. What happened to you, Becky, when I laid hands on you and asked for that flow?
It was amazing, Grace. I wasn't sure what to expect, to be honest. I was in a mess, physically, mentally, not good. Like I said, I wasn't sure. But I just all of a sudden, I had this feeling of heat and hot. But it wasn't a sweaty hot, it was a hot I'd never felt before. And then my hands started tingling. And I had this overwhelming feeling of peace and tranquility. And all of a sudden I realised I wasn't in pain anymore.
That's amazing. And you know, and that's the beautiful thing about heaven's love, as Jesus's love heals us. It's like there was a restoring to your emotions that was happening as well as your body. I remember, I didn't know you very well at the time, when you started to do star jumps in my living room, and I wasn't quite sure why that was happening. But then the truth began to unfold of how poorly you were and what actually had been wrong with you.
I'd had a car accident and it had damaged my spine, and I'd been put on that many pain meds. I didn't know whether I was coming or going. And
so it was pain in the spine,
yeah,
that was sort of, and did that affected your legs as well, or is it just
affected
the
my
spine?
legs, it affected my neck.
So you were in pain head to foot. So this was amazing, this healing. And do you know, it's just wonderful to hear this. And I just want to encourage, if anybody out there is really in pain, that you can get in touch. You can comment below, you can email me, and also reach out to Jesus to ask for that healing flow. And we're going to ask by the end of this video, we're going to ask Jesus to heal. If you're on and then you're in pain today, and that's what we're going to ask heaven to do for you. Now, Becky, the second part of the word was that he wanted to heal your heart. Now, you joined our group after that. You started to meditate, you started to connect with heaven's unconditional flow of healing love. What was that like? What started to happen to you as you began to connect?
I was very shut off to start with because I've been hurt that much, and I started to forgive people that had hurt me. I started to let the barriers down, ask for help without feeling weak, and it was just beautiful, Grace.
Oh,
It was amazing to hear what he was saying to me.
So you felt Jesus start to speak to you?
Yes.
Yep. Okay. How did that sort of come? Was that through an audible voice, or how was that for you?
It was a mixture between hearing a voice and having strange pictures in my head.
Yeah, when we do the prophetic flow,
Yes.
you know, when I do a reading with people, I'll get a picture for someone, And so the more we've meditated in the group, you've been more open to those pictures. How does it feel when you meditate with Jesus? If you can describe for our viewers, how does it
Beautiful.
feel? Okay.
Calm. You get this overwhelming feeling of being loved.
And that is the key, isn't it? Because we all need love, don't we, Becky? Every but one of us. And a lot of the issues that flow from our lives is when we don't feel loved. But when we begin to experience the unconditional love of Jesus, that he loves us so much, it's that sense of being loved that actually increases our well-being, can heal our many of our mental health issues, and even heal the body, as you've described today. So Becky, as you've meditated with Jesus, as you've opened to hear him and his voice and his love and his heart for you, how has that affected your life?
I've got so much stronger mentally, emotionally. I'm not this angry, bitter person anymore. And I'm finally the mum I always wanted to be.
It's beautiful. And you know, we talked about healing of the body, but you know, healing of the heart, because bitterness and anger and these strong negative emotions can be so destructive. And this healing love from heaven has just begun to restore your life. Thank you, Becky, so much for sharing. I just want to encourage you, if you're listening today, that if Becky's testimony has touched you, I just want to ask for a healing right now. And I just want to ask that Jesus' healing flow. I'm just going to close my eyes. I'm going to bless you. And I just ask for that healing flow of heaven's love to touch our viewers, to wash into their lives, to set them free of bitterness and hurt and shame and unforgiveness, and release that unconditional flow of healing love into the emotions, into the mind, and into the body. And that's what we ask. And that flow of heaven is well able to do that. I just want to invite you to get in touch. You can click the subscribe if you want to hear any more of the videos that are posted, and there's some details underneath that you can get in touch. And hey, we'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.